Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 7. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend, hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Drew goes to brunch with Rage. He's a music video editor. Sir, please remove those shades, okay? Wearing your sunglasses in the inside, take them off, okay? So he starts trying to remember when's the last time he saw Drew. So Drew was like, yeah, I mean, it was before Step Up. He's like, what Step Up? You know what trips me out? Why do they always try to play Drew like sis didn't used to be working? Okay, if you go back to when Cash Money was taking over for the 99 in the 2000, Drew Sidora was in music videos, on television shows, in movies. Like, they really be trying to play in her face. Like, they play in her face too much for me. And while you sitting there hooping and hollering with Marlo and all the other ladies, you need to be checking anybody that's not checking your resume. I'm just saying. So they start talking about the music video for her song, You Already Know. And he was asking her if Ralph has his body ready so that he can wear no shirt in the video. Because if not, he gonna have to be replaced. Here go Drew talking about, I mean, I never want Ralph to feel left out. Ma'am, don't worry about Ralph. And tell this man my husband's physique is fine for this video. Girl, just tell him. You was sitting there acting like he was looking like Al Bundy or somebody. Honey, just tell him my husband's physique is fine. And so as they're talking about marriage, the guy Rage goes, yeah, if you can make it past, 7 years, you're good. It's a no. Moving forward. In the next scene, Sonya meets up with Sheree for cryotherapy. And I've been wanting to try that, but I don't think I could withstand the cold temperature. It looks like they were only in there for about 3 minutes, but 3 minutes in 0-degree temperature, I don't think I can make it. I don't know. But anyway, it's just a side note. So the lady was telling them, it's great to speed up your metabolism. It's great for your soreness, your lymphatic drainage, just get everything going and whatnot. So before they get in, Sonya was like, girl, I saw that Rihanna had said something about she by Sheree. So then Sheree gonna get in a confessional talking about, it really felt good that, one of my favorite artists, Rihanna, mentioned she by Sheree, unlike Candy, the hater that talked mess about it. Girl, everybody talked mess about it, honey. Add me to the hater list. Did Riri make you want to work so you can put the damn line out? So she can purchase something? So you can send her something? Maybe she can get that bag Drew was waiting on. Girl, goodbye. So they do the cryotherapy, right? So then they sit down, they start talking. They started talking about the other night and when things went left. So Sonya was like, I understand Candy leaving, but I just don't understand Monyetta, Kenya, and Drew. Girl, let me tell you something. A line was drawn in the sand. Okay, and you're over there. You're that away. They let it be known, honey. We riding with our friend. So Sonya was like, it just really feels like the group is divided. So Sheree said, you know what? I'm going to host a party. I want to make sure we're Gucci. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw a Gucci party. Child, Sheree really has been watching Love and Marriage Huntsville a little bit too much, honey, because didn't Stormy go up to Destiny and say, I just want to make sure we're Gucci, and then brought her a Gucci bag the next day? Child, not Sheree being a fan of the Huntsville. But anywho, Sonya agrees that the group is divided, and she thinks Marlo and Candy should talk. She was like, I really think they should talk because Marlo's feelings are valid. And Kenya and Drew put hot sauce on it. And I really don't think that they were the right people to bring it back to Candy. They were the wrong two people to bring it back to Candy. Girl, please. They brought it back to Candy like it was told. See, this is why Kenya ignores you. And I kind of get it. Because you're talking about her right here in this instance. I think they put some hot sauce on it. How do you know what they put on it? How do you know what they said? It sounds like they said exactly what she said. But anyway, in the next scene, Marlo is meeting with Courtney for dinner. Okay, so Courtney is definitely a thing this season. All right. Hey, Courtney. Girl. Hey, girl. Okay, I'm going to have to warm up to you, honey, because it don't look like you're going nowhere. So we're just going to get to know each other. Hey, girl. So they're at dinner, And Marlo is telling her that, she's going on a blind date, honey. The friends are setting her up. So she tells Courtney she brought her there to thank her for, actually hearing her story and hearing about her record and taking the steps to help her. She said none of the other girls have tried to help. Oh my God, I'm so over this. I am so over this, honey, especially since all of this dissension makes absolutely no sense. Like, I'm just over it. They didn't offer to help with the girl. Okay. Meanwhile, Candy and Sonya are over at the OLG. So Sonya is asking her, how the family is, asking her about the play, asking her about Todd. So Candy was like, yeah, I was actually at the red carpet for the piano lesson. And I was just like, wow, this is really a moment. But then I came back to the hood with you heifers, as your friend called it, because she called me ghetto and whatnot. Now, mind you, Sonya ain't saying nothing. She just laughing. So Candy is like, yeah, I'm not about to be messing with you either. Sonya said, why you not about to be messing with me? Candy said, I just feel like you don't hold Marlo to the same standard as you do everybody else. She was like, well, I just don't want to keep getting burned in Marlo's fire. Well, that's funny because last season you threw yourself in the flames between Sheree and Drew, and you had just met Sheree. So just say that Marlo is your friend. This is the thing. I would respect all of this foolishness, which I probably wouldn't anyway, but I would respect it all if people would just state it plain. Girl, Marlo, my friend. She ain't got many people, so I'm over there with her because I know you got Candy in the gang, okay? AKA Drew, Kenya, and everybody else, honey, and lightweight Sheree on a good day. So I'm just over here with her because it seems like she's just out here by herself. Just state it plain, girl, all that lying. I don't want to get caught up in her flames. You jumped right in the fire, honey. You didn't stop, drop, and roll or nothing when you first met Sheree and her and Drew were beefing. So I don't want to hear it, honey. I really don't. Okay? And y'all know I'm going to give y'all a good old Housewives receipt. So I don't want to hear it, Sonya. I really don't. Moving forward. So Candy was like, I just feel like you play down what Marlo says. So Candy said, I feel like Marlo does this, she apologizes, then she does it again. You don't see the pattern? Sonya said, well, the way that you heard it, Candy, is not how she said it to me. Back with Marlo and Courtney was like, well, why did you wait so long to say something, Marlo? She said, I hadn't seen her. Ma'am, please. Okay, you could have boot scooted and boogied right on down to the candy factory. And girl, you filmed together after that. You filmed 2 seasons after that with her. So please save it. And I want to say this to you, Marlo. Okay, I really do. You cannot expect you from somebody else. I had to learn that a long time ago, and it saves you a lot of heartache. When you decide that because I send you flowers does not mean you might send me flowers. Because I call and check on you, you might not call and check on me. You cannot expect you from other people because you're going to be disappointed every single time. I'm telling you right now. Back over with Candy and Sonya. She's getting emotional and tells Sonya, I'm not the sentimental friend. I'm not that girl. Okay. She said, I lost my brother at 15 and I realized that life goes on. So I'm not the friend that's going to get really sentimental. And I want to say this. I have realized that Candy is not that girl. Let's run it back. Okay. She's just not that girl. Remember when Nene was having that full on breakdown when they had that no wig party with your natural hair? When everybody came, when Nene started to break down, Candy was just standing there looking. Like she really didn't know how to react. She didn't know if she should go up and touch her. Should she hug her? She didn't know. Remember when Portia was getting a divorce and Candy showed up at her house and Portia started crying because Cordell had folded that damn wedding dress up and threw it in a box along with a vibrator? Candy was like, oh, don't cry. Oh, okay. Don't cry. She's uncomfortable in those types of settings. Not making excuses for her at all, but it tracks. She's not the sentimental friend. She gets very uncomfortable in those types of situations. And she said she had to learn that, life goes on, so she pushed past it. She said she's the friend that tries to motivate her friends, and Marlo knows that, and she's still trying to come to her with the BS. Marlo knows exactly what angle she's taking. She's being strategic. Shout out to Nene. Like, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence, honey, that she waited until this season? I think not. Now, I get that Candy is not the sentimental friend, but I feel if Marlo would have told her how she felt, Candy could have expressed this very thing to Marlo, and they could have gotten past it. And then I could stop talking about it because it's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, I don't like a whole bunch of getting together fussing all the time. I don't like it. Okay, I really don't. A death of a loved one really does change you, and it changes you in ways that you don't realize. And I feel like at least she admitted that she isn't the sentimental type, so y'all can stop expecting it, honey. So Sonya was like, well, I really think the group is divided, and I just really feel like we could get back to a place, and I want everybody to talk. Back over with Marlo, she's telling Courtney, I just wish that she would have asked for my sister's number so she could have called my sister. She's like, yeah, I can't make them like me or understand where I'm coming from. I feel like Candy is just ignorant. No, ma'am, this argument is ignorant. You've been fussing for 7 episodes. Y'all don't even discuss things anymore on this show. There used to be a time when the housewives would meet one-on-one, talk about the issue, and squash it. If you didn't squash it, you walked away understanding we are going to agree to disagree. Now, all everyone does is just get together, talk over each other, and scream. I'm tired of watching this. This has been 7 episodes. Y'all have been fussing for 7 episodes. I don't like watching this, and I'm being serious. Okay, now I'm speaking directly to y'all. Get it together. This is not enjoyable TV. Oh, a little argument here and there. Okay, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. But constantly getting together and just fussing in every scene, I don't like that. And as far as Sonya and Candy are concerned in this conversation they're having, listen, making a person choose sides is juvenile. But for you, Sonya, it's not so much that you're not being a good friend. It's the fact that you run back what people say. You're a bone carrier. Then you act confused. I'm a bone carrier? What? I didn't say anything. You couldn't wait to run back what Courtney said and then wonder why Candy is like, well, what did you say? Because if she talking about me, I hope you defended me. You've been knowing me longer than you've been knowing her. So what did you say? Well, what did I say? Stop doing that, and then people will be more inclined to trust you. Girl, goodbye. So Sonya is asking Candy if she got the text invite from Sheree. It was giving Dr. Seussical the musical, honey. It was giving Dr. Seuss green eggs and ham, but at least Sheree is trying to get the heifers together. Sonya goes, we all want y'all to be Gucci. Candy said, well, I'm feeling like T.I. If you see me in the street, shorty, you don't know me. Girl, giving very much Cardi B. If I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't with you. Child, this is a mess, honey. Oh, honey, y'all are a mess. In the next scene, Drew is at the dance studio working on her moves, dropping some beats for the music video. And Drew said that Ralph wasn't happy that he wasn't the leading man. I don't see why y'all couldn't use Ralph, honey. Y'all could save money on the budget by switching to Geico, honey. You could save money on the video by switching to Ralph. He's a jerk, but he's in good shape. So then Ralph shows up, and Drew's like, you know what? The guy that we originally booked, he's double booked, so you're back in. Okay, so you were out, now you're in. Child, this is a mess. He sits down on a chair. Drew gives him a little strip tease. Then Drew gonna have her audacity, honey, because she bringing audacity this season. She gonna get in the confessional and say, me and Ralph may have 99 problems, but chemistry ain't one. Girl, you must not know what chemistry looks like, because this ain't that. But y'all do look great together. But chemistry, I don't see it, honey. I don't know much about biology, don't know much about science books, but I know dang on well this ain't no chemistry. Moving forward. In the next scene, Kenya goes to meet with her OBGYN, so she's asking her if she's able to have another baby. She has these embryos from when her and Mark were together, and she wants to use them. So in the confessional, the producer asked her why she wants to have another baby with Mark. She was like, nobody wants to have multiple children's fathers, and I'm not in a relationship right now, so I don't understand why I wouldn't be able to use the embryos. Kenya, listen, I get it. Okay, because I wanted to have siblings for my son, and sometimes I wish I would have gotten pregnant back to back. There's no logic to it, but sometimes it just makes sense to you. The doctor is telling you that there are several risk factors associated with you trying to have another pregnancy, girl, at 52 years old. She said that was one of the scariest deliveries that she's ever had to go through. As a doctor, she is telling you this. Kay, I'm telling you right now, if I had your money, I would use a surrogate. I would use a surrogate in a minute. But I understand we all have our different feelings and desires. I just hope that you really weigh the pros and cons, because trying to carry another baby I don't think that's a good idea. And I don't think it would be smart to go through it again with Mark. Mark is already hell on wheels with the one you got with him. So I definitely wouldn't give him 2 to talk about. Girl, please. I wish I would. So it's the day of Sheree's Gucci brunch. Everybody has to be dressed in Gucci. I hope they ain't go out and buy something for this, honey, because this is a fool. So Sonya shows up first. She looks nice. So Sheree is trying to get the seating arrangements together so the heifers don't claw each other's eyes out. Candy comes in. Baby Candy's rocking rough and stuff with her afro puffs. Sonny's giving very much Lady of Rage, but make it Gucci. So then Drew and Courtney, they show up. Hey, y'all. Marlo arrives, but before she gets in the door, Candy was like, we got to switch them place cards. I don't want her sitting next to me. And I think that's wise, honey. Y'all need to sit next to each other. Y'all really don't. This right here is about to be a fool. Child, Kenya showed up with a Chanel bag. So Candy goes, where's your Gucci? Kenya said, you know I don't do logos all over. This is Gucci. I'm the same way. I don't like those big gaudy logos everywhere. I don't know. It just cheapens the brand. I don't even know why they make that, honey. But anywho, she claimed that it was Gucci. So Marlo breaks down the fashions. Now, baby, this right here was hilarious to me. I know the people don't like Marlo, but this was funny to me. She said, it's definitely a difference between vintage and thrifted, and that Gucci is thrifted. Drew looks like a Gucci handyman. Listen to me. She did look like she was wearing a utility belt. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, honey. She says Sheree looks great, but she looks like she's ready to read a deposition. She does not. Sheree looks pulled together, honey. Very age appropriate. Still stunting on the girls. She looked great. She said Candy looks like she was about to go bowling. I didn't get bowling from that, but I don't know. I got militant, honey. I got ready to power to the people from the outfit. Sonya looks like she ran right into her outfit, sample size Gucci, new in the store, $8,000. But together, we look like a bootleg girl group. Honey, y'all sure do. And don't forget you came in dressed in snake skin. Peep that. I'm just saying, honey, snake skin. Okay. So they order the food. And then Sheree is asking what they thought about the text that she sent and this and that. I mean, it was a cute way to break the ice. So she's trying to lighten the mood, right? So Sheree starts getting emotional, telling them, you know, she feels like it's got to be a way for them to all work past these things. And I do too. I feel like if they talk, then things should be good. So first up is Courtney and Candy's issue. Nothing to see here. They good. Then Sonya says she wants to address some things with Kenya. She says she feels like they were building a friendship. But when Kenya came to Ross's event, she felt like Kenya was kind of lukewarm. So then in Alabama, when she went and Kenya told her to go home and stay home, she felt like the friendship that she wants with her isn't being reciprocated. So then Kenya said, you know, it's because I don't fully trust you. Because you went on Watch What Happens Live and Andy asked if Kenya's donkey booty was real. And Sonya said, yeah, according to Marlo, when she brought it to my attention, it does have a shape to it, but I don't know if it's real or not. So Sonya was like, I wasn't saying that because of Marlo. I genuinely don't know. Now, Kenya, you know dang on well y'all shade each other on Watch What Happens Live all the time. Okay, y'all do. Now, listen, y'all, I really feel like we got to get out of this bubble of not calling your faves out when things just don't make sense. All you heifers get on these shows and throw shade at each other. And she really didn't do it in a way where it was like, ooh, it's a soundbite. Put it on the shade room. She just said, but I'm not sure. Because she already know you going to tell her. She know. But I can see on the other side. I can see why you wouldn't trust Sonya, because the way that she inserted Marlo clearly states that they've been talking about you behind your back. Okay? Like, Sonya, you got to think. If you put Marlo's name in it and you know that Kenya and Marlo are not like that, that's going to send off an alarm to me and say, oh, so y'all talking about me. Okay, got it. I wouldn't trust you either. But to be real, Kenya just never really liked Sonya, and that's just that on that. Kenya tells her she's loyal to Marlo when Marlo is dead wrong. Y'all need to just say there are alliances on this show. Just say it. It's plain as day. Sonya tells her, I don't talk about you with Marlo, and I really want a genuine friendship with you. Kenya said, okay, well, let's see if you're worthy of that. I'm telling y'all right now, if anybody sat up in my face and told me, I have to see if you're worthy of my friendship, you don't have to worry about it. Sonya, Kenya don't want it, ma'am. Just leave her be. You end up with egg on your face every time you have a talk with Kenya. Just please leave her alone. She don't want to be friends, and that is okay. All y'all ain't got to be friends. Just be respectful of each other. And that's just that on that. Moving forward. So then Sonya was like, so nobody's going to be getting along with Marlo? What's going to go on? Marlo comes out of her face and says, I can respect them when they're around. You know, I'm in a great place. It's really not that serious. Say what now? Great place. You can be respectful. Y'all just got done fussing 48 hours ago. As I was watching this scene, I noticed something. Although Marlo acts like she's okay, she feels out of place amongst this group. It's so obvious. You can wear all the labels. You can sit up straight and you can talk real loud, but you feel out of place. And I can see it. You can sense it through the screen. But honey, listen, you are not in a great place. It's like you're playing a character. Who are you today? I don't understand it. If you can be respectful when you're around these ladies, why did you kick that woman's door? Why did you call her a broke ass? Now, I want everybody to remember this. Coming into the season, Kenya was not beefing with Marlo. When they went to Alabama and they sat down at that table, they were having a conversation. Marlo instantly got defensive. Kenya was like, please don't talk over me. Why are you being this way? I haven't been rude to you. And Marlo just went at it. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind, okay? I really do. Marlo said she just wanted more from her friend of 10 years. Kenya said, well, if you're always attacking people, they're not going to like you. Well, I mean, that's facts. Marlo is saying that she can be cordial. Kenya is acting like she's choking. Ma'am, we can't hear the foolery over you and Sheree playing. Please stop. Okay, some things are just childish. They really are. So then Candy was like, you're not being genuine. You're not. Because nobody wants unaliving attached to their business and their name. Nobody wants to hear that. Marlo said, well, Drew brought it up. I was just triggered by something that she was saying. Marlo, you said yourself that production asked anybody to bring it up. And Drew brought it up. Why are you trying to put this on Drew like Drew just came into the room and decided, I'm going to ask Candy about this? We all know how it went down. So now Marlo is saying nobody will let her talk. This is the thing. If we're going to get past it, everyone needs to talk one at a time. Drew, I understand, you had the little thing with Marlo. Okay, girl, wait. Kenya, you had something with Marlo as well. Girl, wait. Let's address what's going on between Candy and Marlo so we can get past it. So Kenya and Drew, they're also talking. So then Marlo looks at Sheree and she goes, what did I tell you the real issue was? Sheree said that she didn't help with the funeral and she didn't send flowers. That's all I needed to hear. And I knew that's what it was, but that's all I needed to hear. Marlo probably overpromised and underdelivered to her family. She thought Candy was going to do more than she did. And when she didn't, she got upset. Because now I done told these people, Candy probably will send flowers or she might even pay for it or she might do this or she might do that. You overpromised and underdelivered. That's what I gathered. Now, I don't know about what everybody else going to gather, but that's what I gathered. But what you're mad about, Marlo, it keeps changing. Episode 4 was Candy didn't acknowledge it at all. We saw that Candy did acknowledge it. Episode 5, it was Candy didn't seem interested in front of me when I was sitting there. We saw that Candy seemed interested. She even hugged you and told you that she's numb because of her brother and she embraced you. Episode 6, you wanted OLG to cater and you're mad because nobody calls Candy out. You're mad at Drew because she didn't say the word. You're mad because they don't want Candy to talk about anything, but y'all have to talk about everything. You're mad because she didn't offer to cater and she was not being a good friend. Episode 7, you're mad about her not sending flowers. Well, Marlo, last season, you and Candy were cool at the beginning and fell off towards the end. During this time that she's talking about and you're talking about, y'all were in fact cool. You could have said something to her in that moment. Last season, you called this woman everything but a child of God. And you're wondering why this season she's standoffish. You do realize that y'all watched the episodes, right? Okay. So Marlo goes, the bigger issue is you're not being a friend to me. So in the confessional, Sheree said Drew and Marlo won't even let Candy talk. They're speaking up for her. What they gonna do? Wipe her behind necks? Let them go at it separately. Let them go at it. Let them go through it so we can end it because I'm over it at this point. Let them talk. I know y'all have your own separate issues with her. That's cool. Address them, please. But just wait a second. And I know some people probably gonna get mad at that, but I didn't like everybody talking. We can all sing together, but we cannot all talk together. Everybody can't talk over each other. Like, what is going on? So after Marlo couldn't get a word in edgewise, she gets up and she leaves. So Kenya is calling her a bottom rung bee, and Marlo says she can't be around Kenya because she's too disrespectful. Baby, y'all both can take it there. You started to disrespect this season with Kenya when you beat on her door. So Sheree goes out to get Marlo to bring her back, and she's asking Kenya to please let her talk. Just let her talk to Candy. So Kenya was like, okay, cool. I'm going to let her speak. Marlo was like, it was only a condolence that I was looking for. That's it. I just wanted your condolences. She was like, if it were your nephew, I would have been at your door with flowers. I would have been this and I would have been that. So Sonya chimes in to try to get Candy to see that they're arguing about something that's not the issue. Girl, please fall back. Marlo doesn't even know what the issue is. It's changed 17 times. Candy just sat there with you and told you that she doesn't show sympathy in that way. You could have explained that to Marlo. You claim you want to be neutral, but you chime in at every turn. You're inserting yourself. You don't even have to speak. I wouldn't say a word. You see how Courtney just stood over there, honey? I forgot she was even in the scene. Just be quiet. And then people won't think that you're being messy. So Candy is telling Sonya to stop being Marlo's lawyer. Candy goes, F those flowers she was expecting to give you. That's what I'm saying. F those flowers. I understand she's tired of talking about it, and Marlo wanted flowers, and she's like, girl, F them flowers. Okay, I'm telling you right now, that's how I feel about it. You keep on with the same stuff, and I'm telling you I don't care about it. But for me, I just personally would not have said that. But that's just me. So Marlo goes, you're selfish, you're spoiled, you're an entitled woman. Okay, it's giving jealousy. Candy goes, girl, you drag me every chance you get. She really does. Marlo's very first trip with the ladies in 2010, she was like they were on the Sprinter. She was like, Candy's so dry. She need my etiquette classes. Ma'am, you been dragging her. You've been dragging that lady for years. You got over there with Nene. I want to sing a song. I'm just playing. But you've been dragging that lady for years, honey. So I guess she has every right to tell you F you and everything associated with you, honey. I don't know, child. Y'all need to let it go. Sheree thinks that this was a success. Girl, this was a fool. But then again, you think She by Sheree and that website was crashing and it was a success. So I guess the heifers will get together in spring, September, summer. And you'll be the first over for tea. Child, this is a fool. And that was the end of the episode. Let me just say I did not enjoy this episode. And the reason why I did not is because it's just arguing nonstop. And it's just like every week y'all fussing. It's just ridiculous. It really is. We need some fun moments, not just always arguing. So next episode looks like it may be a little bit lighter. Looks like there may be some other stuff going on. We shall see. And we're going to get into it as we get into it. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.